10 Sigma masculine habits that are challenging for regular guys to adopt. Welcome to the fascinating world of Sigma guys, an archetype that deviates from the typical path taken by alpha and beta males. Have you ever wondered why certain men manage to stand out even when they would rather remain in the background? The thing that makes Sigma guys unique is that they are the lone wolves, mysterious people who follow their own rules and don't look for approval from others or affirmation. Instead, they march to the beat of their own drum. The distinct behavioral features and routines of Sigma guys are frequently confusing to the average man. Independence, calm assurance, reflection, nonconformity, adaptability, mystique of emotional control. Continuous enhancement of oneself. Among the main characteristics that define their unique persona are solitude and a keen sense of intuition. These traits not only define their personality but also affect how they go through life. If you're curious, let's explore the 10 traits that set Sigma men apart. First of all, Sigma males are fiercely independent. They are the lone wolves of the pack, the lone eagles rising high above the others. They don't rely on others to complete tasks. Instead, they seize the reins of their lives and hold them firmly in their hands. They are the captains of their souls and the masters of their destiny. The captains of their soul. Let's look at a Sigma man's day-to-day activities. Imagine a man who wakes up every day knowing that the world owes him nothing. Instead of expecting handouts or favors, he rolls up his sleeves and gets to work, whether it's negotiating the intricacies of a business deal or fixing a leaky fort. He relies on his skills, knowledge, and determination. In a Sigma man's world, there is no room for dependency. They believe in the power of self, in the strength that comes from being able to stand on their own 2 feet. The key is realizing that, in the end, the only person you can genuinely rely on is yourself, not being distant or antisocial. Sigma men recognize the value of self-sustainability. They are not merely spectators in life, waiting for events to transpire. Rather, they are proactive participants, taking initiative, taking risks, and meeting challenges head-on. These are the people who can live off the grid, survive in the wilderness, fix their own cars, and prepare their own meals. Their self-reliance extends to all facets of their lives, from their personal relationships to their professional endeavors. They are resourceful and resilient, always willing to learn how to adapt and overcome, but they are neither haughty nor boastful. Rather, they carry themselves with a quiet, understated confidence, knowing that they have the skills and abilities to handle whatever life throws at them. Instead than looking to other people for validation or acceptance, they find contentment and fulfillment in their own accomplishments, advancement, and personal development. Their self-reliance is not just a habit. It's a way of life, a philosophy, and a guiding principle. It's what distinguishes them as Sigma, what makes them special. This statement says it all. Sigma guys radiate a calm confidence that doesn't require affirmation. A Sigma man lets his deeds speak for him rather than shouting from the rafters about his ability. You see, the definition of a Sigma male is confident, but not in the loud or brash sense. Rather, their confidence is subtle, quiet, and much more powerful. This quiet confidence is a reflection of their self-assurance, belief in their abilities, and comfort with who they are. How does this quiet confidence manifest itself, you ask? Well, imagine a scenario in which everyone is trying to make their point known. An alpha male might dominate the conversation in an attempt to make his opinion known, and a beta male might agree. A Sigma guy, on the other hand, would listen, watch, and only speak when he had something important to say. He doesn't need to show his worth or intelligence to anybody. He already knows it, and that's plenty for him. Consider another instance. Let's imagine an issue comes up. While others might panic or become nervous, a Sigma male maintains his composure and believes that he can handle any situation that comes his way. This quiet confidence is sometimes misinterpreted as aloofness or indifference, but that is simply the Sigma male's ingrained self-belief manifested. A Sigma man does not look to other people for validation or acceptance. He doesn't require confirmation from another person to know that he's doing well or that he's headed in the correct direction. Inner reflection originates from a profound comprehension and acceptance of oneself. It is not reliant on other circumstances or readily disturbed. Because of their calm confidence, Sigma men are able to go through life on their own terms. They don't feel the need to fit in or follow social norms because they are confident in who they are. If anything goes against their principles and beliefs, they won't hesitate to do it. The core of a Sigma male's confidence is their subtle yet undeniable confidence. It's a quiet, unchanging confidence in oneself that rings loud and clear without saying a word. It's not showy or attention-grabbing. Sigma men have a propensity for introspection. This isn't merely a passing peak within. Rather, it's a thorough and ongoing process of self-reflection. Sigma men approach introspection by delving deeply into their own brains and examining their ideas, feelings, and motives. Picture a diver diving into the ocean's depths and uncovering its mysteries. The reason they do this so effectively is that introspection helps Sigma men better understand themselves. They examine their ideals, anxieties, and desires as well as their strengths and shortcomings. It's a solitary pursuit. They doubt everything, even their daily routines and their purpose in life. Let's look at one example. If a Sigma male had a setback at work, he wouldn't blame others or brush it off. Instead, he would take some time to think back and ask questions like, what led to this situation? Could I have done something differently? What can I learn from this? This self-reflection allows him to grow and become better, and the setback serves as a catalyst for his personal development. In a society where people are always attempting to change who we are, reflection is a strong tool that acts as a compass, directing Sigma men on their own road and assisting them in being loyal to themselves. But self-acceptance is just as important as self-analysis and introspection. Sigma men embrace their imperfections and flaws, understanding that it's these quirks and peculiarities that make them who they are. They also celebrate their individuality and uniqueness. So, the next time you find yourself by yourself, read a chapter from Sigma M's book and engage in self-reflection, introspection, questions, analysis, and celebration of your uniqueness. Grow, develop, and evolve because, at the end of the day, introspection isn't simply a habit. Rather, it's a lifelong process of self-discovery and personal development. And for Sigma men, it's an endless journey since introspection is the foundation of their self-awareness. Male Sigmas are naturally nonconformists. They create the drum themselves in a society where everyone is pressured to conform to social norms. They don't merely walk to the beat of their own drum. Male Sigmas distinguish themselves by deciding to live their lives independently. Male Sigmas aren't scared to stray from the well-traveled route since they know that doing as the herd does not always result in superior outcomes. When everyone else is going left, a Sigma male is afraid to go right. They don't reject social norms out of rebellion, but rather because they think that each person should forge their own path. As an example, a Sigma male may decide to launch his own company or work as a digital nomad, while most people would prefer to have a steady 9-to-5 job. The difficulties and freedom that accompany it. In their personal life, they choose independence and self-governance than the safety of a set schedule. Instead of looking to other people for approval, Sigma males tend to deviate from what is considered normal. They find contentment within themselves. They may choose a quiet evening of reading or learning a new skill over a night out partying. They don't reject social activities. Instead, they choose what is in line with their interests and values. Their nonconformity goes beyond what society considers to be a manly trait. Sigma men recognize that strength isn't about domination or aggressiveness, and they are free to express their emotions without feeling constrained by conventional ideas of what a man should be. They also reject toxic masculinity and are comfortable accepting vulnerability. But about authenticity and emotional intelligence. It's crucial to remember, though, that Sigma males are the definition of nonconformity. They don't just think outside the box, they live outside of it. This isn't because they want to rebel against society, but rather because they value their individuality and believe in their own unique path. They have the courage to stand alone, the tenacity to not follow the crowd, and the self-confidence to know that they're on the right path. Their path is not forced, but rather one they have chosen. Male Sigmas are remarkably versatile. This essential quality that makes them stand out is that they behave like they have an internal compass that guides them through the constantly shifting landscapes of life with grace and ease. If you can imagine a chameleon blending in with its surroundings without changing, that's a Sigma male for you. They thrive on change and use it as a springboard to leap into new experiences and opportunities that others would view as obstacles. Sigma male perceives obstacles to be solved and puzzles to complete. Let's examine adaptability in their working lives in a world where industries are changing quickly. Sigma men keep on the cutting edge. They don't mind picking up new talents, assuming changing positions, or venturing into uncharted territory. They are aware that in order to be relevant, they must be adaptable and always changing with the times. But this goes beyond simply being a flexible professional. This quality is also demonstrated by Sigma men in their personal lives. Rather than opposing change, they welcome it, whether it comes to moving to a new place, acclimating to a new culture, or handling unforeseen life events. They say that the only thing that is constant in life is change, and Sigma men understand this well. Rather than being constrained by routines or comfort zones, they fluidly adapt, growing and learning with every new experience. For them, adaptability is not about survival but about thriving and making the most of whatever life throws at them. Sigma males with their innate ability to adapt are well equipped to navigate this unpredictable journey called life. Their adaptability allows them to thrive in any situation. It's a testament to their resilience, their versatility, and their ability to turn every challenge into an opportunity for growth. They are like water, taking the shape of the vessel they are put into. However, do not mistake this adaptability for weakness. It is in fact a strength that allows them to remain unfazed in the face of adversity, to keep moving forward when others might falter in a world that is constantly changing. Let's see how Sigma guys are able to master emotional regulation. Let's explore what this implies today. Imagine a circumstance where most people would explode with anger, frustration, or despair. A Sigma guy, on the other hand, handles such situations with a cool head and excellent balance. Strong and somewhat enigmatic emotional control. They achieve this by deeply comprehending their emotional landscape. They understand that emotions are fleeting, like passing clouds, and they avoid getting entangled in them. This understanding allows them to respond to their emotions rather than react to them, ensuring they remain composed even in the face of adversity. For example, when a Sigma male experiences a significant setback, instead of giving in to frustration, he will take a step back, assess the situation, and devise a direction. He is aware that allowing his emotions to take over will only impair his judgment and impede his advancement in similar social circumstances. Sigma men avoid needless drama and conflict because they have emotional control. Rather than engaging in contentious discussions or rumors, they would rather observe and comprehend. They also reject the influence of the urban flow of society's demands, opting to uphold their morals and beliefs. Noting that emotional control differs from emotional repression is also very important. Sigma men don't ignore or suppress their emotions. Instead, they recognize them, comprehend their origins, and deal with them in a healthy and productive way. They possess emotional control, which translates to a level of maturity and understanding that fosters deep connections. They are dependable and steady, giving their partners a sense of security. They can handle conflicts with grace and respect, preferring communication over confrontation. This emotional control is something that many find difficult to maintain in relationships. In the Sigma, emotional control is a valuable weapon. The fact that M's arsenal enables him to handle life's ups and downs with grace and resilience is evidence of their inner strength and a crucial component of their capacity to live independently. In terms of emotional control, this speaks volumes about their inner strength. Male Sigmas are frequently veiled in mystery. This air of secrecy is only a result of their innate temperament. It is not an organized act or a conscious attempt to be elusive. Because Sigma guys are naturally introverted and contemplative, they frequently hold their cards close to the vest, leaving others wondering what lies under the surface. To understand this further, picture a reserved person at a social gathering. He stands away, watching, listening, and taking in while others are occupied with noisy talks and laughter. He is not distant. Rather, he is selective in communicating his ideas and feelings. His quiet is not a sign of indifference but rather of his contemplative character. People are frequently left with a lasting impression by the enigmatic behavior of Sigma guys. It naturally piques people's curiosity, much like an unsolved riddle, an unread book, or an uncharted territory. People are naturally drawn to learn more about what makes others tick. But Sigma males are content in their solitude, secure in their individuality, and comfortable in their own skin. This mystery extends to their personal lives as well. They are not the ones to flaunt their accomplishments, struggles, or life stories. Rather, they believe in maintaining a certain level of privacy because they value their personal space and understand that not everything needs to be known or shared. This is not to say that Sigma males lack emotion or are uncaring. Rather, they have a rich inner world full of ideas, feelings, and dreams, which they choose to share with people they trust and have a deep connection with. They value depth over superficiality and quality over quantity. This mysterious aura of self-improvement and genuineness above pretense. Because of this shroud of mystery, Sigma men are alluring and interesting. They are like an iceberg, with just a little portion of their personalities accessible to the public and the remainder concealed beneath the surface. They are like the moon, which is always present and always observing. Their mystery is that they are always radiant yet only show a little portion of who they are, leaving the rest up to conjecture and fantasy. Remember that there is always more to Sigma males than meets the eye. They are mysteries waiting to be solved, stories waiting to be told, and journeys waiting to be taken. Sigma males are constantly on a journey of self-improvement. They are the pinnacle of personal development. Their lives revolve around a never-ending cycle of learning, growing, and evolving. Sigma men know that being a better person is a lifetime process rather than a final goal. They are like a piece of art that is always being polished, constantly being built, and constantly changing. Instead of letting life happen to them, they take charge of their own destiny. Self-improvement may take many different shapes for a Sigma guy seeking to move their life in the direction they choose. It could be picking up a new ability, reading a book that questions their beliefs, or taking up a new activity that stretches their limits. It could be a dedication to physical well-being, an investigation of the mind by meditation, or a pursuit of knowledge via ongoing learning. Consider a Sigma male who chooses to learn a new language. Instead of just dabbling, he immerses himself in it, fully grasping the nuances of the literature and the culture. He eventually becomes fluent in both the language and the associated ethos that accompany it. Or take the example of a Sigma guy who learns a physical discipline like martial arts. He becomes more than simply a martial arts practitioner. He becomes a martial artist who comprehends the philosophy, discipline, and way of life that it symbolizes. Same in the realm of work. Sigma men are constantly looking for ways to improve themselves and take on new challenges. They are not satisfied with being mediocre or simply good enough. Instead, they always strive to improve and are not scared to venture beyond of their comfort zones. Sigma men are aware that improving oneself doesn't mean comparing oneself to others. Being better than they were yesterday and attaining their own personal peaks are the main goals. They compete with themselves rather than the outside world in their quest of self-improvement. Tireless and uplifting Sigma men are proof of the value of personal development and the extraordinary potential that is waiting to be realized in each of us. Value of Sigma men. While many may view solitude as a form of punishment or isolation, Sigma males view it as a means of introspection and personal development. They are the lone wolves who thrive in their own company, frequently choosing the silence of their own thoughts over the cacophony of social gatherings. You look for male Sigmas. Without the outside world to distract them, solitude is a time for introspection, self-reflection, and exploration of one's ideas, ambitions, and aspirations. It is also a time for personal growth, learning, and evolution. Male Sigmas may find their own rhythm, listen to their own heartbeat, and dance to their own music when they are alone. It's an opportunity to be authentic and genuine to themselves. Solitude is not the same as loneliness. Finally, Sigma men have a keen sense of intuition. They have a remarkable capacity to read between the lines, feel the undercurrents of a situation, and predict events. When it comes to navigating the intricacies of life, such as picking the best professional route, making critical life decisions, or even deciphering the intents of others, their intuition acts as an internal compass. Sigma men frequently trust their instincts. Think about a Sigma man at a get-together. A Sigma male may be influenced by superficial chatter, but he may also be able to discern underlying dynamics and subtle cues that many ignore. When faced with a difficult choice, a Sigma male will often turn inward and listen to his inner guidance rather than giving in to peer pressure. Because of their introspective character and keen observation, their intuition is a trusted guide on their individual journey rather than a random conjecture. We have journeyed through the intricate maze of Sigma masculinity, exploring the distinctive habits that set Sigma males apart from their counterparts. Their self-reliance, often perceived as an island unto themselves, stands as a testament to their independence and self-sufficiency. These 10 habits aren't just characteristics. They are the essence of a Sigma male. Their subdued assurance, reflection, and nonconformity reveal a distinct outlook on life that prioritizes individual development over social acceptance. Sigma men adjust well, keeping emotional control even in the midst of difficulty. They constantly foster mystery as they work towards bettering themselves. While these behaviors may be difficult for other men, they help Sigma guys become the mysterious, independent people they are today. Understanding these habits allows us to get a look into the intriguing world of Sigma males. Solitude is their ally, and intuition is their guide.